So, my new best friend on the train says to me, "You're a libertarian." "Yes," I say, guilty as charged. "Why," then he says, "you must be a criminal." "Why is that?" I say, puzzled by this unusual accusation. "Well," he says, "libertarians want to reduce or eliminate the state, and so do criminals, so I guess that makes you a criminal." Whenever I encounter an argument like this, having let out a sigh of sheer weariness, I feel like using the Steve Martin line, "I'm ironing a kitten, therefore your argument is invalid." Instead, manfully resisting temptation, what I usually do is to say, "Look, what do you think of this argument? Men are animals, dogs are animals, so men are dogs." My new best friend usually rejects this argument indignantly. What I say when you simmer down a little, that's exactly the same type of argument you've just given me to show that libertarians are criminals. This really bad form of argument even has its own special name. It's called the fallacy of the undistributed middle, and it never goes out of fashion. It pops up everywhere, on TV, on radio, at meetings, on the internet, everywhere. Have you ever run into this fallacy, or some other fallacy that's meant to establish a conclusion you find abhorrent? Knowing in your bones there's something fishy about it, but not being able to figure out just where the fishiness lies. Are you like me, the kind of person who talks back to the TV and radio, much to the embarrassment of the family and friends, saying things like, "Are you crazy?" or "That's the dumbest argument I've ever heard"? Well, if you are, you might find that a dose of logic is just what the doctor ordered. Put at its lowest estimate, logic is a kind of intellectual self-defense that lets you identify bad arguments speedily and even more speedily reject them. Logic also gives you the ability to construct arguments for the positions you hold yourself. If you've ever been tongue-tied when confronted with counter-arguments or arguments, then you'll find that logic is an ever-present help in time of trouble. Logic puts you in control of your reasoning processes so that instead of being an intellectual weather vane blowing every which way in the wind, you can begin to order and structure the contents of your mind. Learning logic is a challenging task to set yourself, but the results are rewarding. So, if you want to be able to tell your ad hominem from your post hoc and distinguish between contraries and contradictories, then logic is just what you need. Check out the logic course at tomwoodslibertyclassroom.com.